week-long three nations visit. Firstly to Israel, as a historic travel to Israel at the invitation of the government and people of Israel. We are visiting Israel to indicate our opening of embassy in Israel, more so in Jerusalem, at the mutual understanding of both the government of Israel and the government of Papua New Guinea. That's my visit to Israel, but apart from that, the occasion of the embassy announcement, more importantly, we signing some MOU and possible engagements of special expertise from Israel in the area of security, in the area of intelligence, in the area of technology, more so agriculture and industrial technology, and in the area of partnering them in accessibility to some capacities they may have in space, especially satellite technology. So Israel is a first step, a new venture into us opening an embassy there and having a closer bilateral. Most relevant for us as a Christian nation. Christianity rotates and revolves around the Judeo-Christian worldview. And so that's a sentimental sort of affinity for us, but more importantly, the nation of Israel is knowledge-based economy, knowledge-based nation, and us in a greater partnership in that space. Hopefully we could import some of the capacities into our own country for PNG's development aspirations. After this, I'm returning back to Indonesia. I'm a guest of the Indonesian government. There's a series of leaders from our region who will be speaking at a Sustainable Development Forum meeting to be held by Indonesian government. I will be the first speaker on that summit. There'll be other regional speakers speaking in that summit also, and especially leaders from Asia. I've been asked to speak in that summit, come back and have our conversations in as far as sustainable development, not just from the context of PNG, but the greater ASEAN and Asian region, as to how we stage our development and our resource harvest or resource consumption today with the context of how do we go forward into the future. So we've been given the privilege to speak at the opening of that important conference, and I will take my stage on behalf of our country, speaking not just from PNG context, but more importantly from the context of the ASEAN region and the Asia Pacific region, of which we are an important part of. And after this, I'm traveling to France as a guest of French government and French president, reciprocating the visit that French President Emmanuel Macron had come to us. I'm reciprocating the visit. As most of you know, we have propped France to be a lead advocate for the forest nations. Papua New Guinea is a big forest nation, and he has invited myself to be a special guest of his government. I'm traveling there to be received by him and his officials. And that moment will be a time in which we further consolidate on our two nations relationship. It has been elevated lately, and my travel back on behalf of our country will symbolize bilateral exchange that is taking place between government to government. Below that government to government relationships, we hope our state-owned enterprises, our business exchanges continue to grow. We've now have one of France's leading companies in Total Energies being the lead developer of Papua LNG. Not necessarily government, at government level we have that influence in all private sector transactions, but it augurs well when government to government has good relationships. Companies from both countries continue to flourish in their pursuit of business opportunities. Total is a French company. Total is leading in Papua LNG. We expect FID to be staged first quarter next year, and this exchange between myself and President Macron at at the government-to-government level consolidates the business-to-business interest of both countries. Our own state-owned enterprises are in the process of completing transaction in acquiring a new fleet of Airbuses for Papua New Guinea, and so those conversations happen below the leaders-to-leaders level, but establishing rapport at not just the head of government and head of government their side, but more importantly, the whole of government between independent state of Papua New Guinea and the Republic of France is important. So we'll be there, and hopefully this time next week, I should be back in country. Yours truly, the Honorable John Rosso, will again hold the fort, assisted by Honorable Duma and the Lord. As I speak in country, a couple of development forums running side by side. We have the Wafi Golpo Development Forum and the Pogra Development Forum. Engagements with our landowners and provincial governments are running. Later this week, the Pogra meetings that is taking place in Alata will be relocated back into Enga province for us to have the final positions ready, hopefully, for signing next week, of which myself and a few of the senior leaders will be in Wabek next week Monday also. So a lot of work taking place, but some of these international engagements need to take place. It's no fun just traveling one day in between, and someone's got to do the job, and it falls on me this time around, and I'm willing to travel long hours and travel long distance to ensure our obligations to international communities are met. And these are three important nations in as far as commerce, trade, and bilateral relations are concerned. Breaking new grounds with Israel, but consolidating on established relationship with Indonesia and France. All right, thank you too much.